You know, there's something different about being a guy best friend. And this can be because the guy likes the girl, or the girl likes the guy, or they both like each other and they both don't know. Well, this situation, or my situation, is about me liking the girl. So, and she doesn't like me back. But, so, um, she is like my really good friend. I currently like her, but she is currently talking to this dude or dating this dude. Um, and obviously she doesn't like me if she's dating a dude right now, so can't really make a move or anything. But she keeps coming to me for advice on a lot of stuff about this situation actually. And she's like over here like about to end it and everything, and she hasn't yet though. And I'm still thinking about it, but it's hard to give her advice without sounding like I like her or being like, "Oh, just dump the dude." Cuz first I don't want to be like that at all. I don't want to be the guy best friend that waited for her to break up with a dude, then I became the shoulder she could cry on, and then I became the boyfriend. That's not what I want to happen, like at all. But I think that's literally what is happening. Um, I mean, we're talking a lot more than we used to. We're talking almost like every single day. Um, and she's like calling me for advice. Like, I think I'm just gonna end it with him. He's not communicating with me at all. I'm gonna talk to him about it, but it's not really working. And last summer, whenever he said he was going to change, he still hasn't. So he hasn't changed, even though he said he would, which I feel like is a given. But he's not a great dude at all. But I don't want to come off as, oh, just dump him. You could be mine. Like, that's something that I feel like I could so easily fall into the category of. But here's the thing, I don't think she knows I like her. So then she doesn't even like put me in that category. So like I could say something that comes close to that, and I don't think, and I think about it and I'm like, "Dang, that kind of sounds like I like her." But then in her perspective, it doesn't seem like I like her. So I'm just trying to like find a medium and find where I kind of stand, because like I've said, I like her. And if she asked me, like personally, I would tell her, like, if she genuinely asks, yo, do you like me? I'm gonna be honest. But, like, I'm not just going to, like, splurt it out, especially while she's still talking to this dude. And I'm hoping this whole guy situation will hopefully kind of, like, stutter out of the picture and kind of leave room for me. But then that falls into the same category of the dude, the guy best friend coming into to save the day, I guess. And I do not want that whatsoever, cuz I feel like that kind of just diminishes me as a person. That kind of makes me feel like a crappy person, cuz like I'm just sweeping in and taking, I guess, the bait or the worm, I guess, after the last bird failed to take it. And I don't really want to I don't think something like that would be like very beneficial for either of us, cuz those I feel like don't usually work out, because usually the girl is in sorrow and kind of just is kind of getting whatever she can take at that point. Because I mean, she's like kind of not helpless, but kind of like in that defenseless state. And she's gonna like, oh, I don't have a boyfriend anymore. I guess why not? She's gonna be in that state. Whereas once she's normal and out of that grieving period, what becomes of the guy? And I don't want to find out what happens to that guy because I am the guy. So basically, I am trying to figure out what is best for me, actually, because I have liked her for actually a while right now, but I kind of haven't built up any courage or any thoughts to say anything about me liking her. And I was going to, actually, after we went to go see a movie with some friends, I was gonna say something, but then this guy popped up and doesn't seem like it's going too well. Um, so I'm just I'm gonna see, obviously, I'm gonna see it through. I'm gonna try, but I just don't want to fall into that same category. I don't want to be that type of guy. I've talked to my friends about this situation because I'm an advisor to some people, but I also need to be advised. So I'll talk to some of my friends about the situation, and they're making fun of me, saying like, "Oh, you're gonna be the guy best friend that comes around and sweeps up the girl. I'm gonna be the shoulder to cry on." And I mean, I think that's might what's happened, but like, I don't really know who else is gonna do that though. So like, I mean, I'm gonna step up, obviously. Like, if she needs someone, I'll be there. But like, I'm just wondering how far I will be there. Because it's really easy for me to be like, dang, wait, she likes me. Oh wait, no, she doesn't. Wait, she likes me. No, she doesn't. She said we should do a Halloween costume idea together, and we are friends, but I wouldn't say we're like best friends, but we're friends. And this is before I knew about this guy, by the way. And she was saying this. She was just saying a lot of things that would seem like you like the dude. And then I'm like reassuring, I'm getting reassurance. So I ask her about like her dating life and how that's going right now. And then she tells me about the dude. So then I kind of just take a step back and thinking that she genuinely thinks of me as a friend and that I wouldn't think any further than that. And that kind of hurts. But I mean, there's nothing really else I can do. I mean, the whole situation with this dude is kind of messed up. And just, it hurts because whenever we talk, there's so many things I want to say or so many things that I want to do, but I just don't want to come off as I'm trying to get her or trying to get with her. I don't want to come off like that at all because I feel like that's a horrible person if you're dating someone and another person's hitting on you. So I'm trying to find out where I stand with that for the most part. And I'm really trying to figure out what my next step really should be. I mean, after the movies, if she's still liking the dude, then I'm probably, well, if she likes the dude for at least a month after that, then I'm probably gonna just move on or try to, because then that's probably gonna stay for a while. But here's the thing. whenever she was talking to me, she really only had three options of what to do next. And that was A, talk to him, B, break up with him, or D, do app wait no, or C, do absolutely nothing. And I was talking to her and she said she's leaning towards breaking up with him, but then she was like, "Wait, I don't know." She seems very confused about the situation. Very very distraught, and I kind of feel bad cuz I'm kind of like rooting on her breaking up with him. When she said that, I don't know, I think my eyes might have glowed a little bit, but she told me that, and I felt like that glimpse of hope, that glimpse of like maybe I can do this. Maybe just once I'll finally get the girl. Maybe just once I'll finally have it all like go my way for once. And I feel like I'm like ready, I say. Cuz like beforehand when I used to I don't think I've ever stopped liking her, but I kind of just like locked in on myself, and my whole view on dating completely changed. I had different goals now. My other goal was really just to have someone to talk to. So I was really looking for a friend last time. But now I'm looking for a girlfriend. So I feel like if right now I might have a chance. Well, in the future, possibly within a week or in a month, depending on how hard she takes this. And I'm gonna try to figure out how I should go about this. And that's kind of what's been on my mind recently. I was gonna do this video on like social anxiety, but um I don't know. I feel like I needed to get that off my chest, Because some people, even your best friends, like my best friends, even when I tell them stuff, it's kind of like embarrassing to tell them this stuff. It's embarrassing to like say any of this, whether or not they're like best friends or whatever. Like what? Because I know they would most likely if I was being if I was being serious about it, they would help me out in a heartbeat, like I would do for them. But it's that I don't know. It's just like it's embarrassing to have to just tell your friends that you're just completely distraught over a girl and that's literally the only thing you've been thinking about for the past like month. And also my particular friends that I would go for would not really know too much in this situation. I feel like I'm the one that's more well versed in this situation, so I'm the one that they go to when they need advice for this. So I can go for advice for them for this. So yeah, what I really need to do, or what I think is a really good idea, which I've done before, is or hold up, let me retract, let me rephrase that. There's something I do to kind of view the situation in a different perspective, as like a spectator perspective. Um, let's say you're an advisor. Like my friends come to me for advice. So like I'm like well versed in that. So whenever they come to me for advice, I'll give it to them. So I kind of act like, what if they came up to me telling me this exact situation? And I think about it. I'm like, okay, well, they're really good friends. Most of the time, you go from friends to dating. I've seen this with my friends. I've seen this with my siblings. I've seen this with a lot of people, that it goes from friends to dating. So I think I'm in a more good situation. I'm in a gray area because I don't want it to go from we're just friends to I don't want to ruin the friendship. I don't want to mess everything up. Cuz once it gets to there, I don't know what I would really do. I hope I don't think about it that way personally, cuz once it gets to there, I'm screwed. Once I get to that level of thinking, um at that point I just need my friends to just like come over there and like slap me, smack some sense into me. So, I'd say the best thing that I can do for myself is probably just watch this video after I make it and think as if my friend was telling me the situation. And I would think about it, run through some ideas in my head, and come up with some ways that I would fix the situation. And yeah, that's how I deal with some things I do. All right, well, catch y'all guys in the next one.